How's it going, everyone? This video is going to be part 3 in my daily profile series. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 and 2 on the London reversal and New York reversal, I would suggest checking that out first. Let's get into the PDF and get started. Now, once again, to understand daily profiles, you have to have an understanding of the killzones and sessions. Now, these are the normal killzones and sessions. However, I am just going to focus on London and then the New York AM session. Now, what does a New York manipulation daily profile look like? Well, essentially it is going to be an open high-low close or open low-high close. Now, this drawing doesn't give a great depiction, so let's go look at the lower time frames. So you can see here with a bullish New York manipulation, we have London either consolidating or failing to reach a higher time frame PD array, and then New York manipulates this range here, and then has a change in the state of delivery to continue higher. So it's a great depiction of a power of 3 or accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Similarly, on the bearish profile, London is consolidating or failing to reach a higher time frame key level. New York manipulates this range or London's range, changes the state of delivery, and then gets a continuation lower. Let's hop into TradingView and go over a few examples of these. So here we are in TradingView, and you can see on this daily chart, we have 3 days of expansion. We form a swing low in reverse. Here, we reach into the fair value gap, start to make a possible swing high. However, this fair value gap supports and we close over. So with this closure over previous day high, what can we anticipate? Well, a reach for this previous day high. Now let's drop down to the 15-minute time frame. So down here on the 15-minute time frame, let's see what London does. You can see London doesn't really do a whole lot. It mostly just consolidates, right? So now if we're going to get some sort of manipulation, when is that likely to occur? Either 8:30 or 9:30. So what do we get at 8:30? Well, we actually get a move up, right? So manipulation higher leads me to look lower. Now we get a move lower. And so with this, I'm going to drop down to the 5-minute time frame. So you can see we took out this low here. If we're going to get a change in the state of delivery, we'd have to close over this high here. Let's let this play forward. We do not. Now we go make a new low. So drawing that out, you can see we cannot displace below this. And at New York Open, we close over this down close candle here. So using that to frame an entry, I can look to take a long. I stop on the low, targeting where? Previous day's high. Let's see if we get filled in here. We do get tagged in, and then we take our previous day's high. So going back out to the 15-minute chart, you can see London did not reach an important level. It just consolidated into the New York session. We manipulated that range, had a change in the state of delivery, and then price delivered to our target, which in this case was previous day's high. Let's go over a few more examples. So here we are on oil 15-minute chart, and let's see what happens as we move through London here. Being bullish, does London make a low? No, it actually just makes a high. So then my eyes look to this range we are currently trading in. We have our range low and our range high. So let's see. We move into the New York session. What happens here? Let's drop down to the 5-minute. Here, we reach below this previous low. So if we're going to change the state of delivery, we have a series of down close candles right here. And that also happens to be midnight opening price. So you can see we fail to change the state of delivery at first. And then now we get the close over. Now something I use is just in terms of premium and discount of this range. Would it make more sense to use the opening price for an entry or to reach back down into a discount? Well, normally a discount. So marking out the mean threshold of this order block, that also lines up with about a discount of this range. I could look to take an entry at discount, my stop on this low. We have all these failure swings to the other side of the range. Let's see. Here we actually extend this premium and discount range. I can move this up. Here we reach in, get an entry, and then move higher. So you can see in New York, we manipulate the range to continue higher. So here we are with our next example, and if you notice, our entire day's range is currently trading within this high and this low. So let's see. Does London make any significant high or low? No, right? Fails to take out either side of the range. Here you can see we are making a failure swing. So let's see what happens as we enter 8:30 or 9:30, those important time levels. So here at 8:30, we sweep this side of the range, right? And we also sweep this high here. So zooming in here, I could look at the series of up-close candles on the 15-minute chart, but what I see is we made a high, then we came back on a lower time frame, made a new high, right? So in this case, I want to drop down to the 5-minute time frame. And what do I notice here? On the new high, we have a series of up-close candles. So I'll go ahead and mark that out, as that is our change in the state of delivery. Now, looking to take an entry here, I would ideally want my stop over this high or at this high, right? And then looking to target the other side of the range, that would be 1.75. So I'll go ahead and put it on this high. Let's see how this works out. We get tagged in and we move to the other side of the range. Now let's drop back out to the 15-minute time frame to see if it would have worked there as well. And if I would have used these series of candles, you can see we get a close below. We retest that to continue lower. Now let's go ahead and look at another example here. So here we are in our last example. And if we're looking at the order flow here on the daily chart, what do we see? Well, we see if we mark out the consequent encroachment of this wick or the middle of the wick, we close over it, violating it, and then we get a continuation and a continuation. Each day we are closing over previous day high. So looking for previous day high as a target. So dropping down to the 15-minute chart, let's see if we can frame a long entry. So here we are on the 15-minute time frame. So we want to see, does London put in a low to trade off of? No, London takes out this side of the range and then moves lower. And then we move back into the range. And here we put in a failure swing, so equal highs with previous day high. Now let's see what happens as we near the New York session. So you can see as we near the New York session, we sweep out this external liquidity, opposite order flow, right? A sweep in the opposite direction of order flow. Let's drop down to the 5-minute time frame. Now if you notice here, where would our change in the state of delivery be? Right here, when we close over the series of down close candles. So we get the change in the state of delivery here, and that is paired with a fair value gap. So I could look to enter on the order block and then target previous day's high, or I could just enter on the fair value gap here. So we'll go ahead and do that. And here we go, we get tagged in. Both entries would have tagged us in, and we move higher and hit our take profit. So you can see London did not really do anything. We just take both sides of the range. It waits for the manipulation into the New York AM session. And this actually is forming the 4-hour power of 3 to go take out previous day's high. So if we go ahead and mark out the 4-hour candle here, you can see that this was the accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution for the power of 3. So you can see that there. Now, if I wanted to add a few confluences to this, what could I do? Well, I could use standard deviation projections, and you can see the 2 to 2.5 lines up with previous day high, and then the 4 to 4.5 lines up with that max expansion. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys haven't seen my first and second video in this daily profile series, please go ahead and check out the playlist that these videos are located in to watch those. If you want access to the PDFs, feel free to join my free Discord, and they will all be located in there. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.